I grew up in New York and my parents wanted me to be a doctor or a lawyer. And quite literally, I was on my way to Georgetown Law School. And I made a U-turn on the New Jersey Turnpike and said, can't do this. And by default, I had to try and realize what the passion was. So I ended up teaching elementary school kids in Syracuse. And then by circuitous events, working at the New School in New York for a while, and then going down and doing an MFA at the University of Florida. I grew up in Brooklyn. My father would drop me off at the Brooklyn Museum before they would open, and the guards would let me go in. You'd never do that today. And I would look at the sarcophaguses, I would look at the ziggurats, and I would be a little kid roaming in darkness, almost like Bela Lugosi in the Mummy. And there was that magic of that moment. And essentially I started looking to recreate that and to be the explorer within those institutions. I ended up doing a lot of architectural work for the Getty, for the Getty Conservation Institute. One thing leads to the other in ways that are unimaginable. I almost stumbled across juvenile injustice and was smart enough to realize that I had the ability and the imperative and the facility to change the world there. I did have a cousin who was a juvenile prosecutor in El Paso, and he said, you should come down and take a look at our new juvenile justice center. I was photographing the architecture, and there were, I think, 8 kids in orange jumpsuits. And the kids were curious what I was doing. And when I started talking to some of them, I was their only opportunity to communicate. That shifted the focus. I said, I'm going to do a longitudinal study of what juvenile justice is in this country. I have a relatively privileged life, and part of my privilege is being able to talk to these kids and act as their voice. But it changes you, and each child moves you, and working on this project moves you. It's been so rich for me and so important for me. The kids at the Social Fabric Collective have a great opportunity. They've got a great teacher with Jamie. It starts right here. And you start by having the tools now, and it's not the tools of having the right f-stop, by having the right aperture. It starts by having the group of people around you that you form as a coalition. And it's forming a community. There's nothing more important, and there's nothing more critical.